Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and it's a prediction video again. So yeah, I kind of wanted to do other videos as well, but they got lost during my time making them. But anyway, now we're back, and since the group stages have now been declared, the groups have now been declared in the Champions League, we'll go group by group and we'll do our predictions and stuff. And there are some really interesting ties here. So without further ado, I would just like to say, if you do end up liking the video, then consider pressing the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more content. There is more content coming. I'm going to upload much more regularly now that football has begun. So yeah, let's get into it. So right in the beginning, we have Group A. That is Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, FC Salzburg and Lokomotiv Moscow. I'm saying Moscow because that's the only word I can actually pronounce. Anyway, that was a stupid joke. But yeah, this group looks pretty straightforward to me. Bayern and Atletico go through. Salzburg qualify for Europa League and Lokomotiv Moscow go nowhere. Now, Salzburg is a very talented team, even though they lost Haaland and they lost another one of their strikers to Liverpool, was it, I believe. Even with that, they are a good team. They might be able to put up a fight, but I don't think they can win against Bayern and Atletico. So, third position for them. As far as who will top the group, I'm going with Bayern. My money's on Bayern because have you seen them play? They are brilliant. So, yeah, Bayern at the top of the group. Group B is again where it is slightly more interesting and not as straightforward as Group A. Now, in Group B, it is Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, of course, the club from Ukraine, Shakhtar Donetsk, they're good, but they're not that good. The thing is, both Mönchengladbach and Inter Milan, they have been brilliant in their own domestic leagues. Even though Mönchengladbach didn't really start the season well this season, but yeah, they're good enough. And if you factor in Real Madrid into the group, and Real Madrid, even though it looks like, yeah, it's Real Madrid, they will go through the group. It's not as straightforward because they are not playing well right now. Since the beginning of the season, even in the end of last season, yes, Real Madrid did win the league, but that is more due to Barcelona making mistakes than Real Madrid actually playing well. If we are to consider how well Real Madrid played, they don't really deserve the league as well. They just barely got through with some dubious decisions involved as well. And even in the beginning of the season, they drew against Sociedad. They recently just barely won 1-0 against Valladolid. So yeah, they are not looking all that great right now. But hopefully they can improve. So I will put Real Madrid topping the group anyway because it is Real Madrid after all. And I would say Inter Milan goes through as well in the second position. And Mönchengladbach finishes third and qualifies for Europa League. And Shakhtar Donetsk just finishes fourth. That's the end of their European journey this season. Now moving on to Group C. Now Group C, it's a very boring group because it is so straightforward that there's barely anything we can say about it. Actually, there's maybe some drama, but especially not near the top because Manchester City, Porto, Olympiacos and Marseille are the teams in Group C. And surely Manchester City are going to breeze through the groups. There is not going to be a challenge to Man City. Now, as for the second team that might go through, I am leaning more towards Porto rather than Marseille. Just my gut feeling. Because I would say these both teams are perfectly matched. So yeah. So I would say Porto goes through and in the second position, Marseille finishes third and goes to Europa League and Olympiacos just moves out of Europe. Now, moving to the next group, that is Group D. Now, this is an interesting group because the contestants of these groups are Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta and Midtjylland. I'm sorry, but I really cannot pronounce their name. They are a club from Denmark and I think they have played Champions League before, but I haven't seen them. I don't remember seeing them ever, but okay. Yeah, so Liverpool, Ajax, Atalanta. Now, where do I start with this? Liverpool are a great team. I don't think anyone can doubt just how good they are, but they can also collapse sometimes. I mean, last season, Salzburg almost beat them up, and in Anfield. So, and even without that, Liverpool are good, but they are inconsistent at times. Even in the beginning of the season, they almost drew against Leeds. And if it was not for Salah's 80th minute goal, they probably would have taken just 1 point, and that was on their own home ground. So Liverpool are good, but not as consistent. Now, Atalanta, on the other hand, they are brilliant. I really have no words left to describe Atalanta. This is the team, if you want to see attacking football, forget Barcelona, forget Bayern Munich, watch Atalanta. They may not defend well, but they sure as hell can attack. And that is something that is going to come in handy. And then, of course, another team in the mix is Ajax, the semi-finalist of the Champions League 2 seasons ago. Honestly, this is really hard to decide because I don't even think Liverpool are going to finish first. Because of the stiff competition, Liverpool might drop points against Ajax, Liverpool might drop points against Atalanta. We don't know. I'm sure Liverpool are going to qualify, so I'm going to say Liverpool first. Second, I'm going to go with Atalanta because they are really, really good. And Ajax, they might just slip into the third position, mostly because, of course, they lost Donny van de Beek, and they also lost Serginho Dest to Barcelona. He recently signed to Barcelona. So, yeah, they still have a lot of quality, and they can definitely go to the Champions League knockout stages. I just feel like Atalanta might just beat them. If not on the points, maybe on the goal difference, because Atalanta is going to score more goals. We know that much. Midtjylland, yeah, they are going to finish fourth. There's no question here. Now, moving to Group E. Now, this is another interesting group, but not because there's much competition going on, more because who's going to finish first. Because this group has Sevilla, Chelsea, Krasnodar, it's a club from Russia, and Stade Rennais, a club from France. Now, Stade Rennais are making their Champions League debut, so that's a huge thing for them. They have some immensely talented youngsters, but I just don't feel like they are good enough to qualify for the Champions League knockouts. I am certain that Sevilla and Chelsea are going to qualify. I am just not certain about who is going to top the group. Because Sevilla, of course, won the Europa League. They have had a brilliant start to their season with winning 2 games. Of course, that might come to an end because they are facing off against Barcelona tomorrow at the time of recording this video. So yeah, other than that, Krasnodar, I don't have any hopes and expectations from. I don't really know that club all that well. I would say Sevilla finishes first, Chelsea second, Stade Rennais third, and Krasnodar fourth. So Stade Rennais will go to Europa League, Sevilla will finish first, as I said. Chelsea is an interesting team because they have made so many signings, but they really haven't looked that good, especially in their league. Maybe they are just trying to figure things out, I would say. But Frank Lampard leading this team of youngsters to a Champions League spot in the league at least merits some sort of, expectations from them. But again, we'll have to wait and see what Chelsea does. Let's wait and see. I have some expectations from them though. Now, moving on to Group F. This is, I would say, the most well-balanced group in the entire, Champions League draw. This is the most balanced group because if you look at these 4 teams, there's no clear winner here. Except maybe Zenit, who might be slightly weaker. I would say they're very slightly weaker. But yeah, honestly, there is not much going on to separate these teams. Now, of course, the group that I will still have to say the names of the teams. That will be Zenit St. Petersburg, Dortmund, Lazio, and Club Brugge. Now, all 4 of these teams are very capable teams, and on their day, they can beat just about anyone. Now, Dortmund has Haaland. There is the rest of the team. I'm not saying they don't have a team, but they have Haaland, and that is the guy who pretty much got the second highest goal scorer. I think he was the second highest goal scorer, and he didn't even play past the quarterfinals. So, yeah, he is good. He scored 2 against Freiburg today. So, yeah, he's really good, and he might just carry the entire team through the group stages. But Lazio is good as well, and so are Club Brugge. Like Club Brugge, I think they defeated Real Madrid last season in the group stages. So Club Brugge are not a team one should take lightly. I would say Dortmund first, Lazio second, Club Brugge goes to the Europa League, and Zenit St. Petersburg finishes fourth. It's a hard group to judge though. Anything can happen in this group. Now the next group, Group G, is the one you all have been waiting for because it was in the thumbnail, probably in the title. I don't know what the title is going to be for this video, but yeah. So yeah, some very, very juicy fixtures here. And let's just get on with it. So in this group, we have Juventus, we have Barcelona, we have Dynamo Kyiv, and we have Ferencvárosi. Sorry about the pronunciation. I really don't know. Maybe when the commentators start actually saying the name of the team, I will know better. So far, I haven't really heard of this team, so there's that. So I believe it's their first Champions League as well. And they're a team from Hungary. And it's been a while since there's been a team from Hungary in Champions League. So there's that. Now, Dynamo Kyiv, of course, from Ukraine. But the big deal is Juventus and Barcelona. Now, of course, the reason why Barcelona was in Pot 2 is because they finished second in the league and they didn't win the Champions League, so there was that. So, yeah, they got drawn up with Juventus. And why is this interesting? Because, of these two very small players called Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. And, of course, they haven't really been facing off ever since Ronaldo left Real Madrid for Juventus. And now we have at least 2 guaranteed matches where Lionel Messi is going to go up against Cristiano Ronaldo, provided they don't get injured. So please, everything that is controlling everything in the universe, please make sure these two don't get injured because I really, really want this. So yeah, what are my predictions though? I would say Barcelona have made a really good start to the season because yeah, it was against Villarreal, it was against Celta Vigo. You can say Celta Vigo finished 17th, it's not that good. I would say Celta Vigo drew against Barcelona and also took points against Real Madrid. So they are not a bad team. They underperformed by their own standards. And consider that Barcelona was basically 10-man throughout the second half of the game. That was a very impressive performance away from home. So they definitely have improved and they are not the same team that lost 8-2 to Bayern Munich. That hurts, man. That still hurts so much. Anyway, I would say still, oh man, this is difficult. This is so very difficult. Barcelona has been topping on every group they have been in for such a long time. Okay, I'm just going to go Barcelona in the top of the group, Juventus second. But I will say this, they will probably have the same amount of points. It will be down to goal difference. So, Barcelona first, Juventus second, Dynamo Kyiv third, and the newcomers, well, will be the first leavers of this group. So yeah, that's my prediction for Group G. Now moving on to Group H, it's so difficult. It is so difficult because 2 of the teams were actually involved in the last 8. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, both Leipzig and Paris were in the last 8. That is huge. And for both of them to be going up against a huge team like Manchester United, yeah. So officially, let me just clarify. The group has Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, RB Leipzig, and Istanbul Basaksehir. Again, I'm not good with this pronunciation. But the issue here is Manchester United. How well will they play? They haven't really started well, at least how I expected them to start. But of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he has done a great job with this team, I would say. Especially considering where Manchester United was, I was really surprised to see them finishing 3rd in the league. Honestly, I was shocked they finished 3rd in the league. I was thinking maybe Leicester was going to finish there, or maybe some other team, but definitely not Manchester United. But they did play well after the lockdown and they deserve the spot, and that is why they are always dangerous. Manchester United are always dangerous. You can never write them off. Same can be said for Paris, even though they have a tendency to choke in the important moments of a game. But even with that, they did reach the finals of the Champions League. They are finalists in the Champions League. Leipzig is a team, you can hate Leipzig all you want, but you can't argue that they are successful. I know many people don't really like Leipzig because of the whole, was it 49-1 rule? I can't remember the exact rule. 49-51 rule. Something like no one company can have full control of a club and rebrand it. What was it? 49 plus 1? I can't remember the exact rule, but yeah, many people, especially in Germany, do not like Leipzig, but you can't argue with their performance. And they have performed really, really well. And honestly, if Bayern hadn't covered up ground, like after Hansi Flick was appointed, they probably would have won the league as well. So there's that. So I would say this is actually very difficult. I would say Paris finishes first, Leipzig finishes second, Manchester United will try their level best but will only qualify for Europa League, which they might end up winning, who knows. And yeah, Basaksehir will finish fourth. So yeah, that's my predictions. And what do you guys think? What are your guys' predictions? Do let me know down in the comments below, and just interact with each other. Just don't get too hostile. I know some of these predictions are going to piss off some people, but just chill out. And yeah, let's see what happens. Let's watch these matches. So if you do end up liking the video, then definitely press the like button. Do subscribe to my channel for more content. There are already some prediction videos like the La Liga prediction video and the Premier League video. One should be in the end cards, one should be on your screen right about now. So yeah, do watch those, do watch other videos on my channel, and I'll leave you guys with it. So peace.